pretty tough game for you, Coach. Just, I mean, it kind of snowballed early. What did you kind of see? And I mean, I guess what were the biggest reasons for maybe not being able to get it turned back around?
Yeah, just extremely disappointing. Hats off to them. Great team, great coaching staff at Iowa. Coach Ferentz does an awesome job, and just got behind early, and momentum just got away from us, and just mistakes. I mean, just mistake after mistake. You can't do that. We talked about that so many times with this team. They don't make very many, and we knew we couldn't make very many, and we did, and they didn't. And they made us pay early for those, and a couple pick sixes are pretty devastating. It's tough. I think the defense did some solid things overall, but still not good enough. Offense is really, really disappointing for me. I take responsibility for it, but we got to get some things fixed.
Zach and Tom Brute.
Just sort of what do you try and maybe what wasn't working specifically today when things just sort of felt like they snowballed a little bit, especially when you talk about the mistakes and it just sort of seemed like things almost were compounding on one another. Anytime you could get momentum turned even a little bit, you kind of ran into another obstacle.
We did. Yeah, and a lot of them are self-inflicted, but like I said, there's always resistance, and that creates those issues, and so we got to play better. I mean, we have to execute. I mean, we just didn't do that. You can't turn the ball over. Bottom line is we didn't run the football very effectively. We knew it was going to be hard to do that against these guys, but we got to do a better job. And just a couple bad run fits, just guys getting lined up right and getting their eyes right and being disciplined. I mean, it's just you got to play high-level football right out of the gate against a team like this, and we did not. And when you don't, this is what happens. And so just very frustrating, disappointing, but it's a long, long season, so it's not going to – one game does not define us. Either way, we knew we had to line up again next week regardless.
Tom and Dustin.
You said it's frustrating and disappointing, but is it also surprising?
Oh, yeah, I didn't expect this to happen. I thought it was going to be a great football game to come down to the finish. That's what I thought. So that's very, very – that part's, not what I expected.
Dustin and Rabbi.
You obviously mentioned just the pick sixes. Just what did you see was up with Mike today in general?
Yeah, he just seemed off, and he's practiced well. They did a great job. They didn't really do anything different. They do what they do. They do it well, and they're very disciplined in their secondary, and they made him pay for some. Obviously the first one was a tip ball. Those things sometimes happen, and then just timing of receivers. I think just the more that you do that, the better you get at it. But yeah, it was just obviously I need to watch the film to figure out exactly how to get some of these things corrected. But the obvious things are you throw interceptions and you turn the ball over, and if they score touchdowns off of them immediately, it's pretty tough. And even special teams. I mean, we didn't punt the ball very well. I know we got a new punter, but that's no excuse. And he's got to get better. He's never kicked in a game before, and it showed. And it just it was disappointing to be able to not have those. Some better. Then we kick the ball out of bounds. We had 10 guys on the field that last punt return. So to me, it was just not Indiana football.
Rabbi and Kevin.
With Penix's 3 interceptions, I think it was career high for him. They were all in the first half. Did you see hesitancy? What did you see that led to maybe his worst?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think, I'm not trying to, I think it's hard to probably come back from some things mentally, but it takes time, and unfortunately, we had a chance to play a high caliber team right out of the gate. So there's no ramp up time. We went right from practices to full bore. So, he didn't have a chance to get that, but that's what you got to do. That's the nature of the way this game is played and for, college football. So, but yeah, he definitely looked out of sync to me, and not comfortable in the pocket. And, but we'll get that fixed. And, like I said, it's, we got knocked down. Now we got to get back up and keep swinging.
Kevin and Jim.
I know, Coach, you had high expectations for the offensive line, and obviously, Caleb Jones, I think, had 3 penalties and stuff like that. Just your overall evaluation. I know you didn't move some people around there, too, though.
Yeah, I'm disappointed, too. I thought they didn't play as well as I expected them to. And so that's I got to get that fixed. We got to get that fixed. And so they're better to me than they showed today. They have to be. I know they are. I've seen it. I expect it. And so, not good enough. And when things aren't good enough, you make adjustments and you fix them. So that's what we're going to have to do. We will. We will.
Defensively, Coach, the teams just seemed to step behind. They weren't awful, but they just the secondary was a little loose.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't get pressure on the quarterback on Petrus, and just seemed to give him enough time to be comfortable.
Yeah, he got a lot of second down throws, I thought, which hurt us. And it's obviously it's not your third down situation. I don't know what the numbers were on third down, but They were 4 of 12 on third downs, you know. So it was the second downs that really hurt us, you know. And that's that down where you got to be able to apply pressure. There's a threat of the run. They got such a great running back, and he is talented. A lot of respect for him. But I think that's it. We got a bit better on that down right there. I didn't think we were good enough on first and second downs. To me, that was the issue for our defense. Our third downs, like I said, I thought did a good job, and the stats show that. But it's cumulative, you know. And those are always downs that I've always felt to be challenging, you know, because you don't want to sacrifice your run fits, but you got to get pressure. So we got to work on that without question, because that's the play actions off of those is where he had time and he found some receivers downfield. We got to have some tighter coverage. We got we need to be more aggressive in that regard, because we got really good athletes back there that can play some more tighter coverage, and I thought it was too loose.
Matt Coon, and then we'll wrap with Zach.
Just following up, I guess, you had a new defensive coordinator in this game. How would you, from what you saw of a Charlton Moore on the sidelines for the first time, kind of what you think of him and how he called the game and how he?
Well, I think first of all, amidst some, negative stuff thrown in your face right away, I thought he was very calm. He just kept coaching, kept teaching, didn't overreact, didn't get frazzled, wasn't flustered. Just a lot of communication from the press box, a lot of things being discussed and drawn up on the sidelines, and trying to find some answers for that. So that's what you want to see. Just didn't always execute, though. I feel like, and I know in these first games are always hard because you got such a wide expanse of things you're trying to prepare for. They may do this, they may do that, and got some new personnel you're trying to adjust to. The tight end wise was a little bit of a guessing game for us as far as how they were going to use them in some way, especially the new guy, number 85. But still, just I thought I would say solid. I want to be better. I want to see us, in games like that when the offense is struggling, I want the defense to take the game over and create takeaways and create field position and maybe even score if we have to. Special teams needs to score. Somebody's got to step up when the offense is struggling. So that, to me, is the expectation for that side of the ball, and it's no different than when I was calling it. That's just what it wants to be able to do. So, but did do some good things. I'm not going to sit here and act like it was, completely a certain way. But at the same time, not we win and lose as a team.
Zach, last one.
I guess forgive me procedural, but two, when Mike comes out late, is that basically just not wanting to keep him out there and just sort of giving Jack some run, or was there any health concerns?
Dual. I would say it was a dual purpose. Number one, I felt like it was wise to get him out of there. If he would have got injured in that situation, I think we would have really had some regrets about that. And number two, Jack needs to play. And Jack has played, and I wanted Jack to play, but. So those were the two reasons for it, and I was the one that actually told the offense that's what I wanted us to do. So I just felt like it was the right thing to do.
And then, Monster.
Yeah, we're still, he's, I'm concerned about Monster. So we got some things we got to get figured out. So I do not know for sure, but we don't know yet.